Hey, welcome back and welcome if you're new to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a soft glam look. It's going to be fairly simple and easy to achieve. It's a really pretty look I've done a couple of times and I would like to share it with you all. So let's get started doing some makeup. We'll be starting off today with some primer. It's by Found. And it's a color correcting primer. It smooths imperfections and adds brightness. So I'm going to add some of this. Has kind of a little bit of a white color to it, and that just kind of helps with the color correcting. I'm now going to apply some of my foundation here. It's a Physicians Formula Organic Wear foundation. And it is in the shade light to medium. It's a really nice shade for me for the winter time or the winter months around where I live. My skin's a lot more pale than it is in the summertime. I just take a dropper and then add that to the back of my hand. In this particular formula, like a little goes a long way, so you don't need much at all. I'm just going to apply that here first with my fingers, and then I will blend it out with my blending sponge. Using a damp blending sponge, I'm going to blend this all in. This one is a sponge from bareMinerals. It's one of my favorite sponges. It's nice. It blends the product out really well. Now that I've got my foundation all blended, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of concealer. And this concealer is my favorite and go-to concealer, which is the bareMinerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the shade Light. Just going to put a little bit of this on, and a little bit goes a long way. Only one dab of the wand is all I need. Apply that. Now adding a little bit of a lighter concealer right above, like where your lip ends on the side, can give you kind of like a little bit of a lifting effect. So I just put a little bit there on each side. Then I'll take my blending sponge again and blend that. I'm also going to add just a tiny dot of my concealer on my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and blend that and then set it with a finishing powder. Get them all prepped for this eyeshadow look today. Now I'm going to take some of my finishing powder. This one is from bareMinerals. Add some of that to my eyelids just to set that concealer that I just applied. I'm using a Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush to apply this. I'm now going to take some bronzer, and this one is a Physicians Formula 1 Organic Wear, and it is in the shade Toffee here. It's a cream stick bronzer. I do really like the finish that these products give. I'm going to go ahead and take my stippling brush and then just take it right off the top here to get some product applied to my brush. And then put it here on the hollows of my cheeks. On the side of my face. Let's kind of blend this out. And then with this angle brush here, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of contour to my nose here. A little bit here on the end of my nose. And then also just a little on my bottom lip here. And that's just to kind of create a little bit of a shadow. It just makes the bottom look appear a little bit fuller. Now I'm going to put a little bit of highlight on. This one is the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Dewy Highlighter. They're some of my favorite products. I like how they apply and they wear so well throughout the day. And again, I'm just taking my stippling brush. This one's from Real Techniques. And I'm going to go ahead and take that off the top of the stick and apply it to the high points of my face. A little here on my forehead, a little on the chin, bridge of my nose here, a little on the tip of the nose, and Cupid's bow. And to add a little bit of color to my cheeks, this one is the Burt's Bees Pressed Powder Blush in the shade Shy Pink. This blush is great. And I always like to add my powder products over like my liquid or cream products. It really like sets the product, I think, so like beautifully, and you don't have to add any setting powder over these areas because the powder just melts in with the other products. It's so nice. I just love how they go well together. Just so pretty. I know this looks a little intense right now, but I'll blend it out. And just with what's left on my brush, I'll add a little bit here to my forehead and a little across the top of my nose here. Then just kind of sweep it like in a W shape across the face to just kind of blend and tie everything in together. Now to start this eyeshadow look off, I am going to be using the shade right here in Soft Tangerine. I'm going to start by applying this shade into my crease. I'm using a crease brush. It's from bareMinerals, and all the eyeshadows I'm using today are also from bareMinerals. They're my favorite eyeshadows to use. They blend really well, highly pigmented. I'm just taking a little bit more on my brush and just building this shade up here in my crease and kind of blending upwards toward my brow bone. I'm also going to take a little bit of that and run it underneath my lower lash line. And then to deepen up my crease a little bit, I'm going to add some of this shade here, right there, in Soft Barley Brown. Just add a little more definition to my crease here. Just deepen it up a little bit. And add a little bit just to the outer corner of my eye as well. And this brush I'm using is a Real Techniques Blend Shadow Brush. Just add a little bit more definition here. And then with the Real Techniques shading brush, I'm going to take a little bit of that Soft Barley Brown and add that to my lower lash line. I'm now going to be adding some eyeliner, and this one is an eye pencil from Hippie Chic Cosmetics. It's in the shade Absolute Brown. And I like using brown because it's a nice soft color. You can use black if you like, but I'm using brown today because it just gives a softer look to it. Just apply this to my upper lash line. I'm not going all the way over. I'm just sticking to the outer corner of my eye with this eyeliner. I just kind of build it up. And then I'll do a slight wing with it. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just apply my eyeliner here. Again, building it up here a little higher, and then I create my wing off of the top of that eyeliner. You don't have to worry about being super precise with this because I'm going to clean it up some and then also go over it with a nice brown eyeshadow that kind of just softens it up and just gives it a nice little bit of a blur smoke to it. So just be doing that here a little bit. And then to clean up the sides of my wing a little bit, make it a little sharper, I just used a Q-tip and just kind of run it along the edge here and just get the desired effect that I want. And now I'm going to go over this eyeliner with a little bit of eyeshadow. Today I'm going to use this shade here in Sangria, right there. I'll be using an angle brush. It's a dual-sided brush from Eco Tools. I'm going to apply some of that to my brush. And go ahead and just go over the top of my eyeliner. And this just kind of helps set this eyeliner and gives it just a nice finish to it. Now that my wings are taken care of, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of shimmer to my eyelids. I'll be using this shade here out of my palette, and it's in Fuzzy Peach. I'm just going to apply that to my finger. You see there, it's a nice, pretty shimmery shade. And then just add that here, kind of to the center and inner part of my eyelid here. You can, the camera is picking that up, but I think it's just so pretty. Adds such a delicate shimmer and shine to this look. I'm now going to add some mascara. And this is the Burt's Bees Nourishing Mascara. And it's in the shade Classic Black. Now that my mascara is applied, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. Start by brushing them up a bit here. Then I'll be adding some brow pomade. This one I'm using is from bareMinerals here. And it is in the shade dark brown. I'm going to apply some of this to my angle brush here. This one's from e.l.f. Cosmetics. It's like my favorite brow brush, brow tool really, because it's dual-sided. So I'm just taking this product and just lightly running it through my brows. I don't normally wear a really strong brow personally, so just kind of keep it light. Now before adding my brow gel, I'm going to add a little bit of highlight under my brow and then in my inner corner of my eyes. So I'm going to be using the shade here, right here in Star Luster for that. It's my pencil brush here. It's one that I got from bareMinerals. Add this to inner corner of my eye here. Just, woo. Yeah, that really helps brighten things up. Man, can't forget this step, right? I just love highlighting the inner corner. It makes all the difference. And just brightening the eyes up. Just giving that little more of a awake look. We can all use some of that, right? And then here, right below my brow, on my brow bone, add a little bit there. I'm going to be adding some Physicians Formula Organic Wear Brow Gel, yet another one of my staples and go-tos, and it is in the shade Clear. Not sure if you consider that a shade, but it is clear brow gel. Now before moving on to the lips, I'm going to add a little bit more concealer underneath my eyes here. Just a little dot here and here. And then blend it out with my finger. And then with what's left on my finger, I'm just going to run it along the side here. And that just kind of helps clean things up there. I'm now going to take some finishing powder and run that underneath my eyes just to set that concealer. I'll be using a Real Techniques setting brush to do that. And then with a larger face brush, this one is from e.l.f. I'm going to go ahead and set a little bit of my face here, like on my forehead where I tend to get a little shinier, and then a little bit on my nose. And the sides of my face right here. And before moving on to the lips, I'm going to add just a little bit more highlighter. I'm going to use actually my eyeshadow shade Star Luster here. It works great for adding a little additional highlight. And since my first highlight was a cream product, this one is a pressed product, so I like adding the pressed powders over the top of cream products. I think that they just give a great finish. It just adds those just voila touches here toward the end of this makeup look. And today I'm just going to be using one product for my lips. It is a lip gloss. It is in the shade City Girl. It is from bareMinerals. It is a really pretty color. It's one of my newer shades. And what I really like about lip glosses, and particularly this kind, is they're a one and done, and it just gives you this nice finish. Like, my lips feel good. It's moisturizing, long wearing, and just really been my go-to these days as far as lip products goes. Go ahead and apply some of this here. Here's the finished look. I think it turned out really well. I just love the soft glam looks that just are just subtle but yet glamorous, and just neutral colors that just really don't have to do a lot to make it pop, and a little bit of shimmer added. I just think that this is a beautiful look. I love the way it turned out. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment if you like it, and give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, take care. Bye.